Yes, guys, I'm Saj Rahman and I'm joined by Spitfires midfielder Ousseynou Cisse on the first day of Ramadan. And Cisse, obviously the first day of Ramadan means only one thing, but inevitable, oh, you can't drink water questions as well. But firstly, I'll let you discuss and say what Ramadan means to you.
Obviously, because I'm Muslim, and then that's the best day for us in the year. So if you're religious and then you believe on it, you have to do it.
And obviously you had a successful career starting off in France and coming over to England. How have you coped with fasting whilst playing professionally football? Obviously it's so competitive and every little margin is so crucial. How have you coped playing football without?
Easy, because I've been doing the Ramadan since probably properly for 20 years now. So my body used to. But I think it's more easier in UK than in France.
Yeah, and put us in the shoes of a professional athlete then. Obviously, food and hydration is so key. So what do you do on a day-to-day basis to sort of make sure that your levels are kept up despite not eating or drinking throughout daylight hours?
During the day?
Yeah.
Nothing. Just normal day for me, yeah. And then when it's the time to eat, I just eat normally, not too much, but I drink a lot of water, yeah.
Yeah, so throughout the morning meals then beforehand, is it that you're trying to set yourself up for the whole day, or do you just sort of keep it to a breakfast?
No, I'll keep it to a breakfast. Sometimes I just have some dates, 4 dates, milk, and that's it.
Are you working with anyone at the club? Does the club help you get through this Ramadan period? Do they try and suggest what you should do to?
No, obviously not. I've been doing that for time now, so I know my body better than anyone else. So, but the club did help me in terms of before the Ramadan, in terms of eating halal, get me halal food and that. So that was perfect for me. Yeah.
So, of course, that being said then, how has the club overall helped you? You mentioned halal food, but has the club done anything else? I know that you pray after the game.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So obviously I've got a room here to pray, so I can do my prayer at time. And then when we're going away, the gaffer makes sure the opposite team find me a room to pray as well before the game, after the game, so I can make my prayer on time.
Yeah, that's brilliant to hear. And obviously, the Premier League has introduced this new rule where officials will be allowed to cause a break in the game to allow players to break their fast. How good do you think this is in terms of general perception of the religion and sort of getting more eyes and ears onto the religion? Do you think that's a good thing?
Oh yeah, that is fantastic, I think, because everyone has to respect everyone, and then the fact they're gonna pause it for the lads who's doing the Ramadan can break their fast, that is fantastic. Yeah, I can't say more.
That being said, do you think that obviously you doing this chat today, other clubs posting about Ramadan and also getting players involved, do you think that overall will help the perception of Ramadan and get people sort of talking about it more? Because it is obviously going to be quite difficult to play football whilst fasting, but everyone does it.
Yeah, I don't really know. When you're doing the Ramadan, you're doing it for yourself. You know what I'm saying? So you obviously during the day you're not allowed to eat or drink, so you don't really need anyone to help you to do something, because...
Yeah, of course. And in terms of training and sort of day-to-day basis, you said you're not really tailoring.
Nothing changed, nothing changed.
Keeps the levels up and you can keep playing on. And obviously it's coming up to a crucial period of the season for Eastleigh. Have your teammates got in touch to sort of offer support in terms of if you need anything during Ramadan and on the pitch even? Or is it sort of normal?
No, it's normal. Everything's normal.
I've got a few questions from the fans that they have asked, intrigued about Ramadan, of course. So the first one, how does Ramadan differ from England and France? So you said it was easier in England, I believe. So what makes you say that it's potentially easier in England?
Because the kind of people here is better than in France. They're more respectful here than in France in terms of Muslim people. So yeah, I find that easier here. As a Muslim, to live here is more easier than in France.
Okay, so that makes sense. And I've had this during my school time as well. People would ask me this same question, but do you find it hard seeing your teammates eat during lunchtime and everything, or is it sort of... No,
not at all, normal for me.
Yeah. And does anyone ever try maybe even give it a go? Maybe fast for one day or a couple hours. Maybe has any teammates in your career tried that?
In my career, yeah, I think so. I don't remember the name, but I think so. Yes, one of my ex-teammate did, but for probably 3 hours, and then you had to stop it. Yeah,
So
because it was too hard. Yeah,
appreciate how difficult it is. Yeah, and we've spoke about this off camera, but do you notice it that you're fasting when you're on the pitch? Maybe when you're going to do a lung busting run from one box to another, do you notice the fact that you're fasting? Do you get hungry? Do you get thirsty?
No, I don't think about it at all, and then it doesn't affect my body because my body used to, and then Allah is with us. So whatever we're going to do is going to help us.
Of course, yeah. And finally, just some quick fire questions about your Ramadan and your Ramadan preferences. So I've got a couple things that maybe people do differently when breaking their fast and when starting Ramadan. So first question, would you rather eat your date first or drink water first when breaking the fast?
Drink my milk first.
Drink milk first. Okay, so milk, not water. Break it.
Yeah,
with
milk. Yeah.
Okay. And then, do you pray before you eat, or after a sip of water, or do you pray after you finish your eating?
No. I'm doing it right. So I'm drinking my milk, eat 4 dates, pray, and then eat normal.
Back.
Yeah, come back. Yeah.
Yes.
But I have to pray before eat. Yeah.
And speaking of prayers, would you rather lead the prayers of the family, or would you rather be led by someone?
No, I lead the prayers at home.
Prayers. Yeah, and obviously waking up in the morning, early hours of the morning, 4 a.m. sort of time. Yesterday it was. Do you stay up for that time, or do you set an alarm, wake up?
No, I set an alarm at 4 a.m. Went downstairs, had a little breakfast, then waited the time to pray, and then went back to sleep.
And then in the evening meal, then do you spare some room for some desserts, or do you leave some extra room for the morning after?
I can't lie. After the first meal, I'm full. Like I'm not even like eating that much, but as soon as I got something in my belly, and then my stomach is packed. Yeah.
And then obviously you say that about the food, but which one, if you had to choose one of the two, food or water to set you up for the rest of the day?
Water.
All day long. Yeah, it has to be, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And then would you say what's harder, the first day of Ramadan like today, or the last day when you sort of know that the finish line is there?
Today is easy, and then I think the last day will be easier because you know that's your last day. So I don't know either.
Do you see, with myself, I find myself on the last day looking at the clock a lot. I'm just like, oh, we're nearly done. Maybe 3 hours left to go, 2 hours left to go.
Yeah, I don't know, because obviously the last day I'm thinking, oh, the Ramadan is gone. I'm gonna miss him. So, and then the first day I'm like, oh, the Ramadan just start, and then it doesn't look like it starts. So I don't know. I would say the first day.
Yeah, first day. I'll probably lean with you on that one. And then finally, obviously, at the end of Ramadan, you have Eid. So what does your typical Eid look like as a professional footballer?
It depends on the day, but obviously this year I'm gonna have my family is gonna come down. My wife wants to make a big Eid, and I think I'm gonna tell to some of my teammates if they want to come at the house to see how it is, and then eat nice food. We will do.
Would you say the teammates are quite intrigued by the whole Muslim culture? Do they try and get involved?
They're asking me some questions because they're interesting and that. But it's more like it's gonna be a big day for us. I know they love food, so they're gonna enjoy it.
Perfect, thank you very much. That is all that we have time for today with Cisse. But if you do have any more questions about Ramadan, then feel free to fire away at my social media at Saj_Rahman_. Thank you and see you later.